Suzanne. This video is a how to put the treadmill belt lubricant on the Goplus treadmill. I have had my Goplus treadmill for about 5 months now, and according to the user's manual and how often I've been using the Goplus treadmill, it is now time for me to add some more silicone oil or treadmill belt lubricant. What you're going to need for this is the user's manual to make sure you do everything correctly. You're going to need the Allen key here. I like to have a little towel in the packaging of my silicone oil so that if anything spills, you know. And then this is the silicone oil that came with the Goplus treadmill. And I purchased this treadmill belt lubricant from Spot On. It's 100% silicone oil. I purchased this because this is very low here from when I first put it on the belt. So these are the supplies that you're most likely going to need. These are the supplies I'm going to use. We're going to walk you guys through it because I have to go ahead and do it because I've been using the treadmill. Let's go ahead and get started.
These are the supplies that I used. This is the Spot On treadmill belt lubricant, the lubricant that came with the Goplus treadmill, and the Allen wrench, as well as the user's manual.
So we're going to get started with loosening the treadmill belt, and we're going to start with this screw over here, so you're going to need the Allen key.
To start, we're going to be using the Allen key to do 5 half turns of each screw at the bottom left and right of the treadmill. Be precise with how many turns of the screw that you do in order to make sure that the treadmill belt is aligned when you are finished. Please note you are turning it counterclockwise here. Now for the other screw, and in a counterclockwise direction. After loosening the screws, it is now time to check to see how loose the treadmill belt is. If it's still too tight, more unscrewing needs to be done. The belt was still too tight, and my hand was not able to fit underneath the belt to apply silicone oil. So I decided to unscrew it again 5 more times on each side. I ended up unscrewing it for a total of 15 half turns on both sides. This is how loose my treadmill belt was after 15 half turns. You may want to check to see if there is still silicone oil on your running board before deciding to add more. The Spot On lubrication comes with a precision twist cap and application tube. This is a demonstration of how fast the silicone oil comes out of the dispenser. Now to begin adding the silicone oil on the running board underneath the treadmill belt. I'm applying the silicone oil in a zigzag pattern across the running board, as shown in the user's manual. It may be hard to see, but there is silicone oil on the running board.
So we just finished adding the silicone oil underneath the belt, and before we tighten up the screws, we're going to just simply make sure that the belt is aligned on the treadmill. So looking here, I can see that it is aligned. If you need to move the belt or recenter it, you can kind of move it around, but you do not want to move it too much. You want to make sure it's aligned.
Now that the silicone oil is applied and the treadmill belt is aligned, we are going to begin tightening the screws, this time in a clockwise direction. Remember to use 5 half turns on both left and right screws. Please note, I originally loosened the belt by doing 15 half turns in a counterclockwise direction. I am now tightening the belt by doing 15 half turns in a clockwise direction, alternating every 5 half turns to get the belt back to its original state.
So now we're going to go ahead and run the treadmill for half a mile per hour, and that will help spread the silicone oil underneath the treadmill belt. I will also walk on the treadmill to make sure I'm helping to spread the silicone oil around. This is also a very important time to pay attention to the treadmill belt, that it is running aligned with the treadmill and it is not deviating from side to side. And if it is deviating, please follow the directions in the manual. We can go over that as well. And there's some tips on how to realign the treadmill belt.
After running the treadmill for about 2 minutes, we noticed a little deviation to the left. We will be going over how to fix that. If your treadmill is not deviating, feel free to skip over these instructions. According to the user's manual, if there is a deviation to the left, I will have to turn the left screw in clockwise direction and turn the right screw in counterclockwise direction. This will help to move the belt to the right. Now, simply run the treadmill again to see if the deviation corrects itself.
Is that good?
It looks like it's closing. Yeah, stop. Does that look good?
Yeah, that looks good.
Now that we've corrected the deviation, we're going to tighten the screw. We are running the treadmill one last time to check for alignment.
Looks good.
I haven't seen it move.
So we ran the treadmill at half a mile per hour to help spread the silicone oil. And now I'm going to get on it and walk on it for about a minute or two to continue to help spread the silicone oil underneath the treadmill belt. And also, I'm going to be paying attention to the belt itself to make sure that it is not deviating and it is aligned on the treadmill. So it's been about a minute, and I'm walking from side to side to help evenly spread the silicone oil underneath the treadmill belt. And also, I'm paying attention to the belt itself to make sure it's not deviating from side to side. And so far, it looks great. That is one of the reasons why it's really important to pay close attention to how many half turns you do when you're unscrewing and rescrewing the screws to loosen and tighten the treadmill belt. It sounds super smooth. I highly recommend following the manual as to when you should lubricate the belt. Everything looks great.
This is an overview of the user's manual. Here you have maintenance lubricating. Please feel free to pause at any section so that you can read what is said on the page. And here you can see information on how to fix a deviating treadmill belt.
Well, that's it for this video. I really wanted to make this video because quite a few people had mentioned having some comments, questions, concerns about how to put the oil on the treadmill belt. So I really hope that you found it useful and helpful. If you're interested in following me on my personal fitness health journey, feel free to subscribe. Well, yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.